Hey everyone, we wanted to share a little bit on our collective ancestral spellwork ritual coming up this Sunday on Akwasidae, which is an Akan Ghanaian day of ancestral reverence that falls every sixth Sunday. This day is used to give gratitude, offerings, and prayer to benevolent ancestors, which allows us to continue to uplift and celebrate ancestral life force and leadership. Traditionally, for the Asante, or as we know them, the Ashanti tribe of Ghana. They also use this day to reverence past kings and chiefs. But in a wider scope, this day is a day of ancestral reverence. And for me on this Akwasidae, I usually connect with my ancestors and do what I feel like I need to do for myself, and spend the day in just intimacy and communication and doing things that I feel my ancestors are guiding me to do, whether that's rest, whether that's light some candles, say some prayers, pour libation, give food offering. And as I've been doing this for a while, I have been feeling called to draw other or invite other people into this scope. So we have done an Akwasidae prayer box kind of thing in the past, where I've invited you all to drop through your prayers. And this time it's pretty much the same buzz, but we will be doing some spell work, so some candle magic, if you will. So there's a new moon coming as well on Sunday, which is a solar eclipse, which is very, very powerful. So the moon and the sun are coming into some sort of alignment. So we'll be opening up a collective ceremonial spellwork ritual on behalf of whoever feels called. So for this spell working and prayer ceremony, we will light one blessed candle each for each person, with one personal petition or prayer of choice to your ancestors. This prayer will need to be a little bit brief, so like 1 or 2 lines would be great. And it can be anything. It could be to do with career, it could be to do with stability, it could be to do with healing, emotional connection, it could be to do with relationships, literally anything that you are wanting to ask or seek your ancestors' support from. It could even just be gratitude as well, if you're just wanting to celebrate your ancestors and offer them your thanks, which I feel like is really important. That gratitude, though, will be involved in the whole ceremony as well. We'll be giving gratitude on your behalf. And we will also be giving offering of a drink, water and food with this ceremony as well. So that's falling on the Sunday. By the Monday, you'll receive a single tarot card divination reading. Just a brief message from your ancestors to you, or whatever I feel like. If there is something personal that comes through on the Sunday as well, I'll include that in the message. What else? We'll be sharing this on the ceremony privately on a close friends list. So whoever is signed up to this will be able to view the ceremony on Instagram close friends. So this is for you if you are just seeking to celebrate and offer gratitude to your ancestors in a wider, I want to say, or more expansive way. If you're in need of spiritual support and strengthening your connection and communication with your ancestors, because that's also what spell work does, or candle spell work does, or working with the elements in general, as we'll be working with fire, with the flame, and also with earth in general, I guess, because we'll be using herbs as well. And there'll be kai food offering too. Let me speak a little bit about that. Actually, yeah, so communicating and like praying to our ancestors in general is, you know, if you're having a conversation with someone regularly, you grow in intimacy, hopefully. And so that's pretty much the case with this, is that, or just in general, as you continue to communicate with your ancestors and build that connection and get to be familiar with them, there's a strengthening of the bond. And we all as individuals need that strengthening of that bond with our ancestors, because it brings us protection. It brings us, and I don't just mean protection from like something crazy happening. When I say protection, I just mean like in the day to day, you're in the right place at the right time. You know, I always talk about how I've avoided certain things, very small things, but that have been very helpful. And I've also like been pushed into alignment with what I desire from my heart space and from my soul spirit space as well, that I could have missed if I wasn't in communication or I didn't recognize my ancestor's voice. So technically this spell working that I'm going to do for you all is going to help strengthen that bonding, that I want to say listening, or how you hear from your ancestors should get a little bit clearer or be a bit stronger through the spell working. This is something that I do for myself regularly. I do candle spell work for myself almost every day, to be honest. And I've been doing it for the last few years, and it's definitely changed so much. Yeah, like I said, I avoid, without even knowing, I avoid certain things, and I am pushed into alignment with other things. And you kind of notice on your path, I think if you have started your ancestral journey already, you notice on your path what we like to call synchronicities, or yeah, just those alignments of, you know, wanting something or thinking about something and then it coming, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I'm also feeling to say that this spell working is also going to help with that. So help strengthen those ancestral alignments that we all need. They help us on the path of our purpose and our destiny. Help us not get distracted as well. And distractions are not necessarily, again, like overtly like negative things. Distraction could come as anything appealing, but just because something is appealing or seems nice or feels nice doesn't necessarily mean that it is for us, which is a big lesson. I think in the Western world, we are taught that things feel good, so that's for us. And that's a big, I want to say no, and a big mistake that you can make. Just going off your feelings is not the one. Sometimes something feels lovely, but it's actually just not going to be substantial in the long run. And so that's also part of the ancestral journey, is knowing what is substantial in the long run and aligning ourselves with what is substantial for us in the long run. Yeah, so this is for you if you want to amplify your spiritual protection. This is for you if you have a particular request you would like to seek ancestral assistance on, like I said. And yeah, if you want to uplift, strengthen, and elevate your ancestors where they are now. So not only do we need our ancestors' support and guidance, they need ours as well. You know, it's a relationship, not just a contract, if that makes sense. So yeah, they would love for us to offer them things back. And that's why we give back. We give water, we give food. That's giving a physical thing as offering to the spiritual realm. It gives the spirit realm more strength in the physical, if that makes sense. So when we give offering in the physical to the spirit realm is able to be fed, literally, or have that power in the physical realm. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, so we feed our ancestors, we give offering to our ancestors in various ways. So they are strengthened here on earth to help guide us, because it's not by force as well. Like if relationships are not by force in general, or our ancestors don't force us into relationships, they may want to help us, but if we're not open hearted, willing to be in that exchange and actively doing that, they're not going to like force. Yeah. So we have to like interact in that exchange, and does that make sense? Interact in that exchange. But do that regularly, just like you would build any relationship that you have. You are trying to build that intimacy regularly, right? So this is the same thing, but you have me here to help you do that. I know that we can be a little bit busy as well with our schedules, and or not have the enough practice at doing this as well. And so yeah, that's what I'm here for, to help with that, and yeah, to support and uplift you all as well. Cool. So the exchange for this is $33 to $44. So it's on a sliding scale. You're welcome to pay any amount within the range above. If you are needing to do a split payment, you're welcome to do that. Just let me know. Excuse me. Or if you are unable to exchange with money or cash or whatever, Koha is available if needed as well. So that is giving whatever you can, whatever you feel. Doesn't have to be money, can be any other thing that you'd like to give in exchange. If you're really feeling called and are needing this offering or this collective or this ritual in general. Yeah, so if you'd like to sign up for this, feel free to email us at nyamijira444@gmail.com. Please remember to include your first and family name and the one or two max, but I'd say one line of prayer or petition to your ancestors. The sign up will close on Saturday, on the 14th at 10 a.m. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I think it will be really beneficial, and I'll be offering and giving to my ancestors as well. So yeah, it will be a nice service, I think, for us to partake in it. And I want to say intention setting as well, with this new moon coming through. I think is going to be a very powerful new moon in terms of refresh and beginning and rejuvenating. Yeah, so whatever even your petition could be, your intention as you move forward in your ancestral journey or just in your life in general. Yeah, I think I'll leave that there. Sending you all heaps of love and looking forward to hearing from some of you soon.